All right, so Achman has a story. Achman had a bad day, a little trauma. So that's his story. Now, would you say Achman has PTSD? I wouldn't. You know why? Because he could tell the story from beginning to end with appropriate affect. And that's the test that we're going to use for PTSD and for traumatic grief. Is can you tell your story beginning to end with appropriate affect? Now, appropriate affect means that when it's sad, you feel sad. When it's really sad, you cry. When something is humorous, you notice it. You know, and you laugh. When something does something heroic, you feel that sense of pride in knowing or being part of that. And you experience that. So, now, appropriate affect simply means that you feel your way through it. Now, if you start crying and you turn into a puddle of tears because you can't go on because you're so overwhelmed, that's overwhelming affect. That's not appropriate affect. And sometimes that happens to us. If we start to tell our story and we find ourselves so angry and so rageful, the only thing we can do is slam out the door and slam it. That's not appropriate affect either, because that stops us from telling the story the way we need to tell it, to be able to own it. So that's what we're going to do, is we're going to come back to that, and we're going to look at, can you do that? Now that's the beauty of TFT, is it allows us to have that appropriate affect. It doesn't eliminate affect. I mean, appropriate affect means having feelings. If you tell the story from here up, like a situation report, with no feeling at all, dead face, you know what? You got a problem. It means you're disconnected. And that, again, is an indication that you have incomplete recovery or incomplete grieving going on.